Hey everybody, welcome back to Easy Breezy. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today, we got a new one. We got a Craftsman M250 lawnmower front wheel drive with a Honda on it. We got it from a customer actually this morning. Got rid of it because it says it broke a spindle or something like that on it. We'll kind of go through it and figure out what he means by that, because push lawnmowers don't actually have spindles unless he's talking about a drive spindle or a wheel spindle or something like that. It does not appear to be, but we'll go through it and I'll give you kind of a walkthrough on what kind of mower it is, and if we can fix it, we'll fix it. Let's go from there. All right, so here she is. As you guys can see, she's been sitting outside for the winter. Believe it is a 2020 lawnmower. He said he bought it in the spring, so it might actually be a 2019. These are pretty good lawnmowers. The Honda motor is a great engine, and you know, it does have the deck clean out right there. These are an auto choke system, so there's no primer, manual choke. It doesn't even have a throttle. So the first thing we're gonna do is get this thing cleaned up, give it a pressure wash, get all that snow, dirt, leaves, stuff like that off, and we'll go from there. We'll get it on the bench. All right, first thing we'll do since we got her cleaned off, check to see if she's got any fuel in her. Looks like she does have some fuel in her. Give her a pull, see what she does. Well, it seems like it runs good, but the drive doesn't seem to be engaging like it should. So let's get it on the bench and we'll take a look. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start by taking the blade off here, which should be a 5/8. There we go. Looks like actually a newer blade than what actually came on it. So I think what we just got to do to this, if we can get this mower fixed, is clean up the blade a little bit, put a little bit newer of an edge on it, and that'll work. Now we'll go over to pulling the drive belt cover off, which is this bolt here, this bolt here. Off to the side. Generally, what you can do is you can turn this right off. Well, she had some garbage in her. Now the belt is on. So let's look at our keyway. Keyway does look good. Everything's looking okay so far, and I'm guessing there's also an adjustment on the handle that it might be also. I wanted to take all this apart just to kind of check it out. Not really seeing any damage here. I mean, this cover, as you can see before I washed it, it did have quite a bit of crap in it. So I'm gonna finish getting that cleaned out and we'll come back, see if we can get that drive adjusted in. What I'll do is I'll show you guys how to sharpen a blade again and then put it back on, put it all together and go from there. All right, we're gonna start out by sharpening this. I have a 4.5-inch floppy disk. Now, like I said, this blade is really good, so what we're just gonna do is gonna give it a fresh edge. Kind of get the blade cleaned up, give the blade a quick paint job, just to make it look better and less chance of rusting, of course. So let's get to sharpening. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our wire wheel on the grinder. Alright, so we'll give this a little paint. Of course, the can wants to be a pain in the rear end. There we go. I think we got a better can now. There we go. Now, like I said in a previous video, ones like this that we just throw a real quick paint job on, we do not advertise as a new blade. It is just simply to make it look a little better and prevent a little bit more rust and grass sticking. So I'm gonna get that painted on and we'll come back when we're putting it all back together. All right, we'll start off by putting the pulley on. Make sure you line your keyway up. There we go. Should slide right on. Now inside this belt guide, or belt cover, there's 2 belt guides right there and there. Now, generally what you want to do is kind of make sure it pulls that belt in, so you can get this cover slid on, just like that. And then you can release the belt on the drive. We get these 2 started by hand here. All right, that's tight. Get our blade on there. Go. Again, get it started by hand. All right, so what we'll do is we'll get her down, take a look at it, see if that drive works. We'll adjust that drive in a little bit. I'll kind of show you where that is so you guys can do it at home and see what else we need to do to it. All right, so we'll get her fired up. So the drive it does work as you can see, but it is still slipping a little bit. So what you want to do is you want to come up here, and if you look real closely, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's a little slide adjustment here, and it tells you right here that tighten is going to go that way. So you want to tighten that a little bit. Okay, and I'll set you guys back down. I'm gonna see if that helped. All right, that looks good. So what we'll do is we'll get the rest of it tuned up. Okay, so what we'll do now, one thing I did notice is the rope is frayed on this. So we're just gonna pull the rewind off. Just 10 millimeters. Take off the handle, or the pull rope off the handle, I should say. Then we'll pull it out. Now, what I generally do is I pull it all the way out. Try to find something to put in it. Like this. That way, it stays right there. Now, we'll cut the old rope out. Set that down so we can get the handle out. Because we're going to reuse the handle. Now what we'll do is we'll take our new rope. Put it through. Just like that. Sometimes you may need to burn the edges or the ends so you can get them through. If you cut them good enough without fraying them, usually you can get them through just fine. Put it in a knot. I usually give it a good pull. Pull the screwdriver out, then let her wind herself. So this way, when you put it on, you'll have just enough rope see right there, feels about right. Now you do want to pull it out to see, make sure you got at least a full arm length worth of pull. That looks about good there. Now, if you're worried about it, you cannot, the rope where you'd put the handle generally, before you cut it, it's kind of up to personal preference. Some people will knot it right here so that it won't go inside. I generally just hold it. Okay, we'll knot this up. Give that a good pull. Now, we'll set it up here. We'll start putting the nuts on it. Boy, they just don't want to go on, do they? All right, there we go. I got the first one on, second one, and third one. All right, we'll get her buzzed down. All right, got that tight. Now we'll pull this back up to the handle and get that set up. Now, I do have a new air cleaner for it, so we'll put a new air cleaner on it. This one's not horrible. This could probably go another year, but this is the machine that we will be selling, so I want to make sure we put a new air filter in it. On top of that, this one does come with a pre-filter, so that kind of just helps a little bit more, not dirty that main filter so much. The pre-filter you can actually clean out with soap and water. For this machine here, with it having the Honda on it, the Briggs & Stratton part number is going to be 491588. It's going to be the replacement part number on it. And that pre-filter just goes in just like this here. Just kind of push her in there. It's gonna look like it's too big for it, but it's meant to actually overlay. So then you'll put this right inside there. And we'll get her set on there. There we go. There. She's all together. We did change the oil off camera just for the simple fact the drain plug's on the bottom. I don't have a good way of showing how to do it. So what we're gonna do now is I think get her wiped down and she'll be all done. Well, there you guys have it. We got her all done. Got her tuned up. Got the blades sharpened, got the drive fixed on it. Looks like a new mower again. Well, there you guys have it. We got the Craftsman front-wheel drive with the Honda. All done, tuned up, got the drive fixed on it. Nice mower. Should be good for somebody. And, you know, those generally, that one right there is going to be priced probably around the $200 range because it is a 2020 model. So that's kind of average pricing on those with it being front wheel drive. So, all right. Well, you guys have a good one. Stay safe out there. Please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. And remember, subscribing is always free. You can always unsubscribe later if you don't like seeing our videos, but we hope you do. You guys are greatly appreciated to watch. You know, it means a lot. And, you know what? As I always say, stay out of trouble, even though it's not always fun. You guys have a good one.